Hello, critters and creatures. My name is Faye, and I left my notes in the other room. I'll be right back. Look at that. I'm more prepared than usual. I have a whole singular post it note with notes on it. Because today I'm. What was I saying? Did I do my intro already? I did. I said hello to you. Today, I am haunted by my obsession with Twisted Wonderland. As always. So, I'm going to be ranking the dorm leaders and the vice dorm leaders, and I will tell you exactly why I rank each person in the place. And yes, there are going to be Nepo baby picks because I love my boys and I hate the other ones. And this is all based off of my opinion. Obviously, you guys can disagree. If you have different rankings, you should let me know because I love to hear other people's perspectives. I think that it's very conducive to good conversation. We're gonna start with the dorm leaders, obviously. And, I only have like 16 minutes because I don't know why I do this. I always make my dinner while I'm filming videos. Like, I set up my dinner and then I start a video. I need to stop doing it because it puts me in a time crunch. But I'm gonna still do it. So, anyways, riddle. We'll see how that goes actually, because the last video I made about Twist was 40 minutes long, and I'm already yapping so much that it's 2 minutes. Okay. First place in the dorm leaders is Riddle. He cares a lot for his dorm and for the tradition behind his dorm, and while he did take it kind of far, I honestly... Okay, so he is at fault for his actions. He should face consequences for his actions, and he has faced consequences for his actions. It's a little late in the game for it. Honestly, they could have done it a lot sooner. Try Clover. They could have done it a lot sooner, but I think that for, him being 17 years old, having grown up in this mindset for all 17 years of life, going through an entire year of leadership, without anyone questioning him or fighting him on his decisions, and everyone just kind of be like, oh, this is a Riddle, we're scared of him and we're gonna listen to everything he says. And also, his dorm flourishes under his leadership. Like, he does it badly. Let's not get that wrong. He was a dictator. But his dorm, they get pretty good grades, and like, no one's been expelled or anything, I don't think. I think they mentioned it literally in that episode, in the Hearts to Buell episode, because I haven't played the game, but I've watched the anime, so I know a little more about Hearts to Buell than I do the other dorms. Or at least I know what they put in the anime. I know it's missing some information like Deuce's Cauldrons. I love that they did include it a little bit, but yeah. Anyways. Riddle, he cares a lot for his students, and after his overblot, I think he changed the most, honestly. Like, you can even see it in the anime directly after, in that little vignette that they show, of him actively trying to get used to breaking the rules so that he's not so strict on others. I think that shows, like, a very good leader. He tries to change, and I think, honestly, he's changed the most. He went from hyper strict, like, abusive, copying what his mom did to him, to actually being a caring and understanding person, because that's who he was all along. He always wanted to be that person. He just didn't know how. And yeah, that's why I think he's the best dorm leader. My second pick is Azul. And, okay, I know, because here's my thing. My third place is Vil, and I would put Vil higher. This isn't a Nepo baby pick. It's a little bit of a Nepo baby pick because I love Azul and I hate Vil. But it's not just that. It's because Vil is so controlling. Oh my god, I drew a picture on the back of here. I'm not going to show it because it's not very good, but I forgot about that. Azul's just set up for success with his personality because he's such a good... I was crocheting. I was going to crochet and work on my pirate costume. I'm making a little belt thing. But now I'm locked in on this, I guess. He's multitasker brain. He has multitasker brain where he cannot do just one thing. He has to do a million things. And he does all of them well. is the thing. He does all of them well. He's a very good capitalist. He's a very good socializer, because, you know, capitalism, you want to be able to socialize and connect with people so that they can, like, trade favors and stuff. He's a very, very good businessman, and a lot of those qualities can transfer over into good leadership. And I say can because it's not always it transfers over into being a good leader. But he does, like, his dorm does very well because they are very independent, I feel. A lot of the dorms are very independent, even within themselves, and then they come together for the dorm events. But why does my thumb look so red? Is it? I think it's just the lighting. Anyways, yeah, he's running a business in his dorm. He's doing the dorm leader stuff. He's always on top of the dorm leader meetings, like leading them, sending out notices, da 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 da. You know, like he's on top of things. He's making sure things get done. He's keeping track of his dorm members. I would put him above Riddle, but I don't think he actually really cares much for his students. As an inverse of that, Vil cares too much about what his students are doing, and we see this a lot with Appel. He's very controlling as a dorm leader, and he pushes his ideals onto a dorm that is known for its tenacity. And tenacity, if you don't know, is stubbornness. So I just feel like it's not, like I get it. Like, it's important to, like, self-care is important, and he should be pushing that, but not to the extent that he does. Not everyone is into makeup, and Appel, okay, I say this as someone who has not played the games, who has not read the manga, and obviously the anime is not anywhere close to being Pomi-Fior yet. Actually, wait, the manga hasn't even put out Pomi-Fior's chapter yet, so I've not played the games. This is just my perception from being in the fandom space, because I love joining fandoms without reading the source material, #Batman. Anyways, Appel seems like he has a very different aesthetic to what would fit his body type. And what Vil seems to be doing is forcing him into an aesthetic that fits his body type instead of his interests. You know, like, the thing with Rook is that he is crazy, so you can't force him to do something. So he has a very eccentric aesthetic, but it fits his body type because he also has a very masculine aesthetic. I think, actually, I wouldn't say masculine necessarily. I say he comes across as masculine because he has such masculine features and such masculine interests as well, especially compared to Vil. I would actually compare them to X-Love Hyun. I think that he is, like, X-Love Hyun and Rui are very good comparisons for Pomi-Fior and Rook and Vil, because I think Rook and Hyun are both, like, very femme, but they come across more masculine despite being very femme, because they just have such, like, energy, you know, like, people. And I saw this on TikTok today, actually. Someone was talking about it. Haru is supposed to be the more masculine member, but he's so cute because of his features and because of how he acts that people see him as being more femme than Hyun, even though Hyun is more of a diva. Let's be honest. And, you know, Rui is very beautiful and elegant, and, like, I've even seen other people make these comparisons to Vil. Like, they're both very elegant characters. So I think, like, it's that kind of situation where that's not the point of this video. I just started yapping about Pomi-Fior and X-Love, and oh my god, Vil is 3rd place. That's my point. Okay, I'm gonna get back to my crochet and hopefully not get as heated for these next ones. The next ones are kind of like, the rest of the dorm leaders aren't very good at their jobs. I'm just gonna say it, the rest of the dorm leaders aren't very good at their jobs. Kaleem is making more of an effort since Jimil's overblot, and that's why I put him at 4th place, because he's not a very good dorm leader. Like, he cares a lot for his dorm, and he's putting in the effort that he knows how to put in, but he's not a very good dorm leader outside of that. But he's better than the last 3. He is a lot better than the last 3, because he cares deeply for his dorm, and, you know, he is trying. He's trying. And I can't fault him for that because Leona King Scholar, 5th place, does not try at all. At least he still does his job. Like, Leona doesn't have a vice storm leader, so he's kind of just doing it all on his own. I know Ruggy is technically, like, unofficial vice, but Leona is still responsible for all these things, and he is taking a leadership position. When it comes to intra-dorm events, he does take a active role. He does take a more active role. Like, he's an absent dorm leader. Like, he's distant from his constituents. I'm going to call them constituents or students or whatever. You're just going to have to deal with that. I have 6 minutes left. But yeah, he's like physically there. He's physically there. He does care about his dorm members to an extent. Yeah. And then Idia. Idia is my 6th place because he's not physically there, but his tablet's there, and you know what? It's better than Malleus, because where the fuck is this boy? Like, I literally, that's in my notes. It's like, where did he fucking go? Pisses me off. That's what I wrote down for him. Where is he? Where is he? Why is he not showing up to the entrance? This pisses me off the most. Why is he not at that welcome ceremony? Everyone was there. You don't need an invitation for that. You don't need an invitation for that, and you should have a fucking watch. Get this man a watch. Get this man a watch and it will solve his problems, I swear to God. Teach him time management skills. You have how long to live? I don't care if you're nocturnal. The entrance ceremony was at night. We saw that. It was in the evening because when we cut out to where Malleus was outside, it was night. It was evening, but he was awake. He could have been there. He was in his ceremony garb, and he was just fucking around. What? Why? Get this man a watch. Let Idia program it. Don't let him touch it. Just, like, make it beep to remind him that he needs to be somewhere. How is he gonna run a country if he can't run a dorm? If he can't be on time for a fucking meeting? How is he gonna run a country? I love him. He's so baby girl. But, like, seriously, Briar Valley is going to suffer under his leadership. I swear to God, you guys. Alright, we're gonna move on to the Vice Storm leaders now, and I have 4 minutes left. Let's see if we can get this done. So this is gonna be a little quicker, because there's less of them. First is a little bit of a Nepo pick. It's Jade Leach. He's very good at his job. He doesn't overstep his bounds, but he does support Azul in, like, running the dorm. And, you know, he's very good at his job. So, yeah. And then 2nd place I put Rook because, you know, similar to Jade, he supports Vil, but he doesn't take over. But I will say, Jade has the ability to bring Azul down. Like, he can... Like, when Azul has a bad idea, he is more likely than Rook is. Like, Rook with Vil, like, he will still rein him in, but he is also kind of an enabler. Jade is not an enabler. Jade will insult Azul to his face and then make tea. Yeah, I think that is a very important skill, because Rook also idolizes Vil, which is the problem with him being vice. And also not a problem with him being vice, because he does show an ability to overcome his obsession to be rational. But yeah, for what it's worth, he does sometimes overstep because of Vil's job, and he needs to take over the role of Vice Storm Leader, and he does a very good job, I assume. He is very good at being a Vice Storm Leader, so I assume he kind of has it down with Vil's job and taking over when he needs to. Alright, and then number 3 is Trey. I would put Trey higher, but he's an enabler. For an entire year, he let Riddle torture students, terrorize students, to the point that they are literally shaking in fear from being at the lunch table next to him, because they're like, oh, if I stay for too long, then the Riddle's going to take my fucking magic. You are the Vice Dorm Leader. It is your job to rein in that motherfucker. Enabler, I hate you. Oh my God. So many of Riddle's problems could have been solved if Trey wasn't a pussy ass little coward. I hate that man. Jamil is a victim of circumstance when it comes to being a vice dorm leader. He doesn't have a very good dorm leader to support, but he oversteps his bounds with that because he doesn't make Kaleem take a more active role as not vice I say dorm leader. I know it's Housewarden. I'm saying dorm leader. I have a minute. Jamil is a victim of circumstance. Kaleem should be facing consequences for his actions, but because of Jamil's role as a servant, he is not allowed to let Kaleem fail, or else his family will face he and his family will face repercussions for his failure to support Kaleem. So it's not really his fault that he is a poor vice housewarden because he oversteps too much. And then my 5th place is Lilia because I hate him. But also because I have it written here. Bitch, do you want to be housewarden? Because he keeps taking Malice's place. This is another thing with Jamil, except Lilia does it on purpose. Lilia would not face consequences if Malice faced consequences. Lilia's just doing it for a love of the game. My dinner's ready. But Lilia, I really hate that man. He needs to let Malleus face the consequences of his actions, because when he becomes king, the consequences will become so much more devastating. Anyways, I need to go eat dinner before it burns in the oven. So I parasocially love you all. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye!